8 damage, Bluegill Warrior. Let's go. I hope he has a Mass Hysteria or he is screwed. I hate my... I gotta stop talking.
Hey, buddy, watch this.
This is a Scales Paladin deck inspector from Smokey. So, Smokey, congrats on winning the deck inspector. We're going to take a look at this deck. We're going to play it, and then we're going to see if we can improve it at all. It is a... At its core, it has some Murloc Paladin stuff happening with Prismatic Lens into Tip the Scales. Only one Prismatic Lens, though, which does seem odd if you're going to go for this. I almost feel like you should do 2. Also, Tip the Scales seems unusual to me because we only have 2, 3, 5, 7, 9 total Murlocs. So anytime you draw a second Tip the Scales, it is totally dead. But there is a complimentary dragon package in here for additional, I guess you'd call it tempo. Cathedral Gargoyle's pretty nuts. Fire Tree Witch Doctor, a good 2-drop. A lot of dragon plays. So I guess that gives you some mid-range, right? You've got these kind of mid-rangey dragon cards. I think the challenge for me right now is not enough Murlocs. Doomsayer feels like he's out of left field. I don't know if I get the Doomsayer. I don't know the point there. I will say Tip the Scales. I guess one benefit of the Tip the Scales as it's currently structured is it's very, very likely to find you a lot of burst damage. Like you're going to summon most of the time Murloc War Leaders, Bluegill Warriors, and Grimscale Oracles only. There are a chance of getting Nightmare Amalgams. But you could get just like a big burst damage turn of, 10 or 15, so that could be nice. I guess Tidecaller limits that as well. So that's one angle to go with this deck, is to maybe cut the Tidecaller, cut the non-damage Murlocs. Now, of course, Nightmare Amalgam makes sense because it's fusing together dragons and Murlocs in this list, which is a cool little idea. But anyway, we'll play it and see how it feels. We'll see how it feels. The Scales Paladin by Smokey. Boy. Yeah, people are saying there are scale items for Murlocs in World of Warcraft, which I believe. I don't remember that, but I believe. I believe. Why 2 tips? I think maybe just increase the consistency of finding them. But with Prismatic Lens, that seems less necessary, right? I would probably only run 1. Now, for mulligans in this deck, I don't know if we want to try to keep a kind of tempo-y dragon package or if we need to go hard for Prismatic Lens, because in a normal Murloc Paladin, I would feel compelled to go pretty hard for Prismatic Lens, but... Excuse me, mulligan. Think you're broken. But here it seems, seems like maybe just going for the curve makes a little bit more sense. Potentially. But we'll find out. We'll find out, we'll find out, we'll find out. What's the best route? Ooh.
At Regis Gilbin, can we call a spade and say unequivocally that the new skins art is subpar to the original? And moreover, how they gonna give my Uncle Thrall a dog man bun? I am glad they finally gave the Doomhammer some love though. What up, Regis?
Hey, SergeantSmokie, thanks for the bits. I would say it's debatable. I think some of it's worse. I agree with you. I mean, worse is... I kind of hate using the word worse when it comes to, like, artwork, because artwork, obviously... it's dependent on the interpretation of the person viewing. It's subjective. But I like some of it less than others. I'll say that for sure. I like some of it way less than others. But I do like some better. I think some's really, really good. I think Uther and Anduin in particular are great. They both look amazing. I think Malfurion looks a little weird. I actually like Thralls personally. I know you don't, because you like all the kind of monk Thrall better, whatever you want to call him, like the Thrall that's... Oh man, that's actually a really bad roll to get there. Well, we have tipped the scales, but we've pulled out all our valuable Murlocs, so now they're just gonna all die to now they're all just gonna die to Starfall. So we get Grimscale times 2, Bluegill. We do, I guess, have some Nightmare Amalgams, which is pretty nice. But how many are we getting here? We gotta count to make sure we can play this Tidecaller. We have 2, 3, 5. So I can play this first. Starfall is gonna wreck this board though.
Job's done.
I mean, we'll have a minion left, I guess, but only one. Only the Nightmare Amalgam. Which isn't enough. Now, if he doesn't have Starfall, we could be in a great spot, right? But he's a druid. He's a druid. He definitely has the Starfall. Let's not even ask. Like, we know that's a thing. He has the Starfall. Okay, that's honestly a pretty good follow-up, though. Scaleworm's still a great card that we don't talk about much. It's just worse than... Well, in some ways worse than Mummy, in some ways worse than Militia Commander. Well, in a lot of ways worse. Better than Militia Commander, but in some ways worse. Valyria and Thrall, the worst out of them all. I think Valyria is very well rendered. Like, the artwork is clearly a high quality, but I kind of agree with you. I don't love the thematic approach, necessarily. Not a huge fan of the pirate look. Wow, just going for the Moonfire over here. I dig it. That's a cool play. Okay. I dig it, I dig it, I dig it, I dig it, I dig it. We can kill that with a Scaleworm if we want. We can also try to high roll this. Like, let's see what we get here. Argent Commander, I mean, it's a thing. It's just going to be so bad at 2 health after it comes out of the... It's like, is it worth the 2 face damage now, or would I rather just go with the Boulder Fist Ogre to get the bigger minion? One challenge with the bigger minion is that we do have a poisonous reaction on board. Which, you know, Divine Shield could protect, theoretically, right? Like, yes, the Divine Shield could eat the poisonous, but also there's Moonfires, there's Wraths. There's a lot of ways for him to... Whoa, really? Okay, now that's intriguing. His hand has got to be totally dead. Goodness. Okay. What, not even a Nourish? What's he sitting on? Cenarius, Geppetto. Is he just dead? 8 plus 5 plus 2. Is he just dead? Innervate. Oh, wow. Wow!
I want either a card or a skill.
Wow, he's not dead. That's insane. Oh my god. The 1 mana Oasis Surger is so insane there. Oh my god.
Make some room by the hearth.
Oh, I think we're screwed, guys. I think that was game. I mean, this is totally dead, as we knew it would be. We drew dead twice.
Morning.
2 in a row. 2 straight dead draws. This is only 4 damage for 10 mana, so I can't, like, play the Doomsayer here. I think we have to rely on our current board state. Wow. Zamdu to the Twitch Prime. Good morning, man. Thank you for the love. That's really nice. Papa Wio also with 10 months. Welcome back. Good morning to you, my good man. Oh, jeez. Well, I think we lose, guys. We're going to be, like, a little shy. I guess True Silver off the top right now is lethal. That's a pretty good chance, actually. Cable Rat, I don't think ever gives me any lethals, right? Nope. It's 3 damage. It's almost enough, but not quite.
The end is coming. Reporting for duty.
So close, man. So close. Drawing 2 straight dead turns, though, really hurt. But let's see. Shamaniscal also dropped another 100 bits. Thank you, Shamaniscal. He says, for real, next time you go to Blizzard, tell them I want either a card of or a scan of Drekthar, the blind shaman of the Frostwolves that trained Thrall. Hey, man, I think it's possible. I think you could see that. I don't know anything, but that's a pretty well-known character. They eventually do real characters. Capture all those. Okay, so 16 is definitely not happening. That freaking Oasis Surger Innervate was nuts. I don't even have an active Fire Tree. God. Alright. We gotta fix this deck. I can see some problems already. True Silver, please. True Silver's too late. Kuhn gave him 10 armor, so. Too late. Hey, Xenoflavor Man, thanks for the kind words. That's awfully nice. Hey, Zeroshio, what is this deck? This is a deck inspector from SergeantSmokie. It is a Scales Paladin. It's a dragon and Murloc deck fused together. It's been a hot debate whether Murlocs have scales or not. We've got people taking both sides, as always, in every discussion. Hey, Mrs. Kelvin! Do you think Murlocs have scales or not? She says no scales. Confirmed. That is the final word, final ruling. She doesn't even know what a Murloc is, but she thinks they don't have scales, so. GG. I think we need to inspect the artwork of Murlocs to see. I think we need to inspect. Oh, wait. No. We're going to change this already. All right. So I think we've got some problems. I hate the Doomsayer, to be frank. I hate the Doomsayer. I understand why it's there, and it happens a lot when we build decks. We want to make sure that our deck can do things. And we're like, okay, yeah, I need my deck to be good against certain... I want to have a way to beat this kind of deck. But I think what that does is it compromises the true nature of the deck. Murlocs are amphibians, not reptiles. That's kind of my logic, too. It's my logic, too. More frog-like. I mean, some of them do appear to have scales, though, in the artwork. Like, War Leader kind of under his shoulder looks like, or under his arm, looks like it has scales, kind of, so. I think they use scales as material for weapons and armor. Like fish scales, but they don't actually have scales themselves. Okay. It's interesting logic. So, I don't necessarily hate the double tip the scales, but I gotta be honest, it did feel kind of bad that last game. I also have to say that having high cost units in the deck makes tip the scales considerably worse. But, I mean, I guess capping out at 5 is okay, because you play lens on 4, you can always scales on 5. So that's alright. I think I'm actually going to cut the Tidecaller and try to make the tip the scales an even bigger burst damage kind of finisher. And I think I'm only going to run 1, because we only have the 1 prismatic lens. So what I think we need to do instead is try to find a better 1 mana opener, perhaps, or alternatively add in more dragon synergies. To me, it feels relevant to get a good opener. And we currently only have Grimscale Oracle as a 1-drop, which feels fairly weak. But if we're not running a double Tidecaller, and I don't want to run double Tidecaller for sure, then I don't know what other route to go. Run a Curator package with some beasts. Okay, I think the risk with Curator is that it makes your tip the scales really bad if you play it on turn 5. I think that's a concern. Otherwise, I'd probably be okay with that logic. I do agree with you that Twilight Drake feels a bit odd. I think the goal was to get as many cheap dragons as possible, because you don't want to go too high on your curve. And it probably felt like Twilight Drake was a good option at the 4-mana slot. Which, I do understand that logic. I think I'd almost rather have a Brightwing, though. I don't know if I'd rather have a Marsh Drake or not, but it kind of makes sense. Just, Paladin's not typically good at dealing with that 1/1 remainder, right? The question is, do we have enough dragons, right? If we do it that way. Are there actually enough dragons? Not a lot of options. You could go with a Dragon Maw Scorcher instead. But that doesn't really fit very well either. I also just don't know if Dragon Speaker makes a lot of sense. I guess we haven't seen it in action yet, but...
Welcome.
I like this curve okay, other than the 1-drops.
Room by the hearth, won't ya?
Love this new meta.
Is there ever a
Was
world
able
where
to
we
make
run
secret
Swamp Dragon
Highlander
Egg?
Paladin Death Rattle Rogue without using dust.
There's like no way to
Can't
kill
wait for
this is the
another
problem.
expansion hype season, either you bud.
I don't know how you kill this, other than making your opponent do it for you. I don't think you can kill that. Wheel inside 17 months total. Oh my god, 13-month streak. Oh, sick. 2 good decks without using dust. That's amazing, man. Yeah, it's almost time for expansion hype. It's crazy how quick it's come. It's been really fast this time around. I've been so busy, it seems like I've done some major life things and been a ton of travels and so on and so forth. Smokey thinks Twilight Drake feels good because the hand is mostly full. Is it, though? I felt like we played a pretty empty hand last game. I mean... Alright, I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. We didn't hit like Bronze Herald and stuff, so, you know, it probably depends on the route we took, but... So I do feel like this is already a little more, like, consistent in what it's trying to do. I think that the core problem for me at the moment is the deck is currently... a mid-range deck without a super clear power band in the middle of the curve. Like, it doesn't have those big 5, 6, 7 turns. It's also an aggro deck without finishers, and it's also a hand buff deck, which is just generally not great. So there are a few things I'm still kind of coming to terms with on this list that don't feel awesome yet. I wonder if there's anything else we could run to just give us a power spike. Like, do we toss in... Is there any card that just makes this deck way better? Consecration, Blessing of Kings, that sort of thing. I don't think so. Is there anything that always finds us a prismatic lens? That would be OP, right? But I don't think that exists. Could go like Glowstone Technician. I think Curator's too expensive, so I don't think we can do a Curator. Like, I don't think that makes sense. Because we don't ever, I mean, it's very unlikely, but if our prismatic lens discounts tip the scales to 7, we're pretty sad. If it goes to 5, that's fine, because you could technically still just play it on curve. We could go Hungry Crab. I like the idea of just a good 1-drop, but I don't want it to be a Murloc because I'm worried about tip the scales getting worse. Hand ducking, yeah, that might work pretty cool. That sounds like a fun idea. Could go Worgen Infiltrator. Any card that just says, boom, this is what you need. This is a great card. I don't see one, man. I don't see one. It's just screaming out to me. This is the card! Zephrys, I don't think we get far enough in the deck for Zephrys. What's that missing piece, guys? Ziliax is always a thought. MC Tech, sure. I don't hate, like, Dragon Maw Scorcher. Doesn't really fit our plan a lot, but... I mean, Curator is guaranteed to hit. We have, assuming the right things are in the... We have a Beast with Cable Rat, right? We have a Beast with Amalgam. We have a Dragon and Murloc, of course. I mean, maybe this is the answer. The odds of it hitting the Prismatic Lens are so slim. Maybe that's the answer, just as a reload. Because we do have at least 4 Beasts, a ton of Murlocs, obviously, and a ton of Dragons, clearly. And this is a Beast, too, actually. So we have a lot of options. Okay, Curator it is. How long have you been live for? We have been live for 55 minutes. Is this a garbage deck? No, it's not a garbage deck. It's a deck inspector. This is actually a deck that has a decent thing going for it. So not exactly.
I've answered this question a million
not exactly
times by now,
garbage deck
how
territory.
was your trip?
Trip was fun. Pyro, pretty fun, man. Wasn't a lot to it, to be honest. I just kind of went and took some photos of my face and my body. That sounded weird. But just took some photos. Me holding the laptop, me just kind of standing around. That's about it. A lot of people there played Hearthstone, which is weird, or like had played Hearthstone and were like getting reinvigorated by my presence being there. They were like, "Oh, Regis is here. Let's play more Hearthstone." So I was like building decks for people, like talking about the game a lot. Your body, you saying? Yes, my body. My body. So it was fun. I mean, had some Korean barbecue, solid. It's, oh my god, it's crazy. We went to this Korean barbecue place. I honestly wasn't like super impressed.
Where can I order the calendar? What month are you?
I'm January. They just couldn't wait to see me. Like, I have to be first. Like, I ruined the rest of the calendar, unfortunately. But so anyway, oh my gosh.
I am sure you have answered this question 1,000,001 times, but how was the trip?
The numerical joke is good there, Lazy Titan. That makes me laugh. It was good. It was good. So, thank you for the bits, guys. I appreciate it. You're pushing us towards the next bit goal for sure. And anyway, we went to the Korean barbecue place. I wasn't like super impressed. It was good. Like, it's fine. You know, like the meat was solid. The service kind of sucked. We had a really big party. It was crowded. It was Friday night. I kind of get it, but like I asked for extra kimchi like 3 times. They never brought more kimchi. Like, It just wasn't the perfect experience, right? But it was acceptable. And I was telling Miss Gilpin about that. Oh, tip the scales is going to be too slow at 8. We never take that. I was telling Mrs. Kilbin, you know, we were talking about it, of course, because she loves Scream Barbecue and stuff. And then she was watching on YouTube the series called Worth It, where they like go to a cheap place and a medium expensive place and a really expensive place, and they decide whether or not they decide which one was the most worth it, right? Like, what was the middle one the most worth it? Was the most expensive one the most worth it, or whatever, right? And there was a Korean barbecue one, and the place we went to was on that. It was like the cheapest option on the YouTube video that we watched last night while we were talking about it. It's called like Ook or something, Ook. I forget what it's called. It's got a weird name, like okay or something. I don't know how you say it even, but that's the gist of it. But it ended up being the place that was on the video. It's crazy, but they loved it. They seemed to have a way better experience than I did. So this deck is so good it makes your opponents disconnect. Yes, Roni666 is having trouble here. You can discover Prismatic. Oh yeah, you're right. Prismatic would be nuts. Yeah.
I am sure you have answered this question 1,002 times, but how was the trip?
Okay, that's actually making me laugh now. Let's get to 2 million, boys. It was good. It was a good trip. It was a good trip. Let's do this. I think this is a little bit better against Mass Hysteria on 5, because everything gets health and trades better. This might kill off a lot of stuff, right? We have a lot of damage coming together, which I like. We were able to grab some damage off the Discover effects. But yeah, the Korean barbecue was on the video. It was nuts. It looked awesome when they had it, and they liked it a lot, so. It's just, before we watched it, I made a joke. I was like, what if my Korean barbecue place is on here? And then I was like in the bathroom when they said it, and I came out yelling. I don't even know if I still might have had pants around my ankles. I was like, oh my god, that's it! Mrs. Kilvin was dying. She's like, no way, no way. I was like, that's it! She's like, stop lying to me. I had to pull out my email, like, show her where we had, like, the schedule to meet for dinner. I was like, that's it! That's the one! N before 1,000,000 and N plus 1 times. Yeah, that would be the sneaky way to do it. Save yourself some bits. But thank you, Firelord. Thank you, Lazy Titan. Thank you, Pyro, for the bits, man. Oh, Psycho Pomp is utter garbage. This card is so broken. Okay, this does actually help me take some trades and still... Well... I guess we probably just kill this minion off, right? Completely.
For justice.
This is a 50-50 roll that sucks, though, is the problem.
For justice.
That's okay. We'll take it. Nice. Nice! Okay, let's see how this feels. I mean, we lost a lot of our damage, but we have 12. Maybe. Kind of out of cards, but Brightwing and Bronze Herald can certainly fix that. I think I gotta leave that up. I don't know how to... I can't really fix that problem. You know? I have 14 technically right now, if it were to work out perfectly. Oh, interesting. I don't think that's worth the roll at the moment, but that is intriguing. I think I gotta go face, just hope for the best. We could play these together to maybe like transform something into a 1/1 to make the Avenging Wrath better. Clearly we're not gonna win this game late though, so we just gotta push. We gotta go. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go! If you get Prismatic, you win. Yeah, actually, you're right. We have a lot of burst damage off Prismatic. Yeah. Prismatic into scales could be a ton of burst. Oh, whoa! Okay. Man, almost just lethal. Okay. This is only high rolls at this point, so Definitely gonna take this. Okay. Great job, team. excellently delivered. Alright, so this is now 10 damage in hand. I just need the squirrel to live. Good job, Tink, though, buddy. High rolls indeed, yeah. Is this a mid-range deck with Prismatic as a finisher? Sort of, yeah. It's called a Scales Paladin. It's Murlocs and Dragons. It's a deck inspector. SergeantSmokie made it. We're seeing what we can do to kind of fix it or improve it at the very least. Fix is a bit of a loaded word, maybe, but we're seeing if we can't tweak things in a nice little direction. Sand Hoof, is that enough? Almost certainly, right? Because that's a lot of healing. 18. So trade to 6 face. We have 4 more. That's only 10. 12. Murlocs don't currently contribute much extra there. I think I have to Prismatic this down. Or, excuse me, Avenging Wrath this down. Oh my god. It had to hit it once, right? Okay. That sucks. I lost a minion. Kind of bad. So this puts this up to 5. That's 7. I mean, if both of these live, we have 10. But I'm, of course, worried he's going to play more healing or a taunt. You know, there's a lot of downsides here. Tip the Scales at this point is still a lot of damage, like a ton of burst damage. So Tip the Scales is a great draw. Theoretically, Prismatic Lens could get us there too. We don't have a lot of cheap minions left. Oh god, I don't know about that. What's in there? 2 of those? 3 of those? 3 of those. Oh my god. That's probably... Oh, this is like 1 turn late, by the way. It's 1 turn late, man. It's just too late. It's 1 turn too late. It's just 1 turn too late. Ah! Ah, so close, man. 1 turn too late. We had it so close. Does your cursor have after images? Some people said that previously. I don't know. Let me turn off OBS, see if that's doing something weird. Please don't be another idiot with taunt. Is that literally all that's died? No. How does he keep high rolling into those idiots? Man. Well, that's game. 100%. 100% game. Didn't even get to attack for 1. Oh, 1 turn off. We've had a lot of 1 turn offs this week, man. It's tough. It's tough. Do you think Blizzard will make ARDs come back again in the future? Cards. I don't know, man. I don't know. It depends on the success of this event, probably. Fortunately, this one's been a little bit clouded by the controversy last week. This was supposed to be a big, awesome patch for Blizzard. I feel kind of bad for the people who worked on it. I don't really feel bad for Blizzard as a whole, but as a corporate entity, but for the souls, the people I know and love who worked on it, I feel pretty bad. I think they wanted this to be a cool, you know, great moment for the game. Bringing back some beloved characters, introducing hero portraits, like a lot of cool stuff happened and got clouded out by the controversy that wasn't really the fault of any of the people who worked on these awesome things. The people deciding the cards, drawing the artwork, they didn't really have a lot of say in it. So I feel bad. Cora had a crazy first week, I bet, too, yeah. It's all Cora's fault. She picked quite a week to get started. So guys, I'm sure I've talked about this. I got a new wedding ring. It's like one of those plastic ones, silicone. But it still makes my hand break out a little bit. I don't know, my skin must just not like having stuff on it. Like, I like this one so much better. I don't notice that I'm wearing it. It feels so much more comfortable for that reason. But, actually, this is really good against combo priest, which we'll see if it is.
New wedding ring, new Bill.
Yes, I got a new wife and a new ring simultaneously. Oh my god, why are we only playing against freaking quest priest right now? Jeez. Have you had any impact on your numbers because of the controversy? Yeah, I don't know if it's been like severe impact, but we definitely lost some subscribers on YouTube. Like literally lost. Not just like slowed down growth, but the 2 days, the day it happened and the day immediately after, like the day it broke and the day after, we lost like 100 subs total over those 2 days. It's like the first negative days I've had in a really long time. Okay, this is actually really, really good. I could even play the bluegill with all these. Actually, I guess maybe I don't have space, but oh, that helps even. That's a good draw. That helps a lot. Woo! 8 damage, bluegill warrior. Let's go. I hope he has a mass hysteria or he is screwed. I hate my... I gotta stop talking, honestly. How did 7 minions trade into each other perfectly? So, seriously, the Fire Tree Witch Doctor traded first and didn't kill its target. Is the only way that happens. Ugh, that's annoying. I gotta stop talking. League of Legends card game, so Riot's a Tencent. I assume people will boycott it immediately, right? You have a lot of faith in humanity, Ashigaru. I know you're memeing, so it's funny, but you have a lot of faith in humanity. No, I don't think they will. If anything, they'll probably use it against Blizzard, and then other people will call them out, and there'll be more fighting.
Keep reaching for the stars.
It'll be great. I can't wait. I can't wait. Why no Dragon Speaker there? I guess we could have played a Dragon Speaker, but I like the stats now, I think, better. Although, now I regret everything. How on earth do I deal with this? Well, this gives me ways to deal with this, maybe, but... We also just have a lot of damage incoming, so part of me wants to just go face and find more ways to go face, like this. Actually, yeah, we'll do this later, not now. Okay, I need any minion to live here. Really. This one's really nice at 9 health at the moment. We got this, boys. There's a chance we do, honestly. We're looking kind of decent here. We have a lot of damage output soon. Okay, that's actually lethal, guaranteed. Sweet. Woo! Rag even whiffed. Oh my god. Woo!